Let's see who we have for tonight. Hi, Mary. Can you hear me clear, Mary? Let me do a sound check here. All right, awesome. We're going to start soon. There should be a few more checking in here. All right. All right, there you go. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Lyle, Lyle, and we'll be doing a Palette Creations paint night with this painting. We have a beach scene with some wine glasses, some palm leaves there. Norma, let me know if you can hear me clear, okay? I don't know if you can turn on your cam there. I'm gonna mute you all for now, just so my audio will be more clear, okay? You can unmute yourselves anytime. You can ask me anytime. Any questions, you can interrupt me anytime, okay? This event is recorded for training purposes. All right, let me see. All right, awesome. There you go. All right, we can start now. Here are the colors I'll be using. I'll be using just the primary black, white, blue, yellow, red, and I will be using some brown for the sand color and the table, okay? The green, we'll just mix the green using yellow and blue, and then the rest will be kind of be mixing as well secondary colors like pink there and maybe the darker brown and then some gray on the bottle. All right, here are my brushes I'll be using. I have my biggest brush. This is like 1.5 inches wide. And then my square medium size brush here is like a 1/2 inch wide. And then my pointed rounded brush for details and some line works. All right, awesome. Make sure you have a paper towel or anything you can wipe with, or like a rug or anything like that, okay? All right, awesome. Mia, let me know if you can hear me. I appreciate it if you can turn on your cam just so we can kind of see your progress. And Norma and Mila there. Should be a few more coming in shortly. All right, awesome. If you're ready to paint, let's analyze the painting real quick. This is really an easy painting. So we'll start from the background most of the time, especially if it's a landscape painting. And then we'll start with the background, like say the sky. We'll start with the blue, light blue sky, light blue water, and then light brown on the sand. And then basically layers of elements from the back to the front, okay? How about we do a quick warm up? Let's go ahead and grab our biggest brush here. I don't want my paint to dry real quick. So how about we go over the canvas real quick with just a thin layer of water, okay? This is just my biggest brush. I'm using a 16x20 canvas, and make sure to paint it portrait format or vertical. Okay, so just go over it real quick with just a thin layer of clean water, okay? This is just so the paint, since we're using acrylic paint, they won't dry real quick, okay? All right, by the way, I'm here near LA, like 20, 30 miles off of LA in Camarillo City. It's 5:13. All right, so just a clean water. And then let's go ahead, once you're done wetting the canvas there, we'll be mixing. We're gonna start with the sky, okay? We're gonna mix a light blue color All right, so okay, we're just diving in right here, okay? So a little white and then a couple drops of blue. This is the lightest blue we're mixing. So don't mix too much of this because we'll be doing some lines to start, okay? I want to do that horizon line, that horizon on the sun there. So from the top of the canvas, go down like a quarter. So divide your canvas into 4, and then the first quarter, go ahead and draw a line across. So this will be our horizon, okay? So we'll add the sun there on top of that, and then the sky will be here, the sun will be there, and then all this will be water. All right. And then let me see who we have on Facebook here. Okay, so the Facebook group, I don't see your I won't see your cameras, of course. So just let me know. Just type in there if you have any questions there. Okay, we have like 6 people on our Facebook group there. All right, so this will be the horizon group. I mean horizon horizon line. Just so we have a guide, and then we can actually also draw the shoreline here. Okay, so from here, I'll do like a curly line like so. So that will be the end of the shore where the foam will kind of start with that white foam, that sea foam, okay? All right. So we're gonna keep this line sharp, okay? So we'll start, how about we start with the water area, okay? So go ahead. This is the light blue, right? So go ahead and mix more of that light blue. We're gonna start from here. All right, all the way across, going halfway. As we go halfway, we're gonna lighten it up. All right, there you go. All right, I'm just using kind of keeping the horizontal brush strokes there just to kind of show some lines, to kind of show some suggestions of waves and water lines, okay? All right, and then halfway down, I'm gonna lighten up my blue with some more white. Okay, I'm just adding more white there. And we're building it going down that curly line. You see that transition, dark, medium light blue, and then going even lighter blue down. Okay. All right, something like that. All right, this should be real quick. And then we'll let that dry, okay? Again, we're gonna keep this line sharp. We're not gonna blend that or soften that, okay? Once you have something like so, I'm gonna use that first blue, this darker blue here. And I'm gonna use the same brush now. I'm gonna add some blue on the sky now, right here. Okay, right here. And then just a few inches down, I'm gonna wash my brush real quick and pick up just a clean white, and I'm just gonna fade that into white. Okay. So just so you have like a nice transition, blue to white there, blue fading to white. I don't want the blue going too low on the horizon. Okay, something like that. And then I'll just fade this as well, the left and right side of that. Okay. And then again, we'll keep this sharp. You want to have a nice blending here, light blue going to white, something like that. Okay. All right. Mia, let me know if you can hear me, okay? Mia and Mila and Norma. Not sure if my audio is clear on your side. All right, so something like that real quick, right? So we're gonna let that dry again. We'll go back to that and add the sun and maybe some pink clouds as you can see on the demo there. All right. You see how easy that was, right? Now we have like a base blue for the water and the sun, I mean the sky.
Yeah.
All right. So okay, Mia is a camera shy there. All right. Let me know if you have brown. I do have brown. If you don't have brown, just let me know. But I will use my premix brown. I'll just lighten up my brown to get that sand color. I don't want to make it too dark because the table is already dark. Okay, so I'm switching now to my medium size brush here, a square brush. So white, a drop or two of brown, and maybe a drop of yellow. Okay. So the table, of course, is over the or in front of the sand, right? So you can actually draw that, so we don't have to paint over this the table. So you can do something like this. So right away you have the table, and then we'll leave that white for now. We'll add like a darker brown on that from here, and then of course the white foam, right? The sea foam is white, so we can actually leave the white of the canvas and kind of do a parallel curved line like so, and then immediately you have a white foam, right? And then all this will be light brown, that sand area. Okay, if this is your first time painting with us, we do virtual events almost every week. Some are free like what we have today, and some are for kids events. We've done a few Star Wars paintings last week and the other week. We did a lot of events last Mother's Day. And then we'll be adding more virtual paint nights on our website. So make sure you check us out. And then make sure you follow us on Facebook so you can uh, get those updates with our new events, okay? So now I'm covering that sand area. This is just the light brown, like I said. So very basic, you know. So try, you don't have to really make it too even and flat. I like to leave those brush strokes, can add texture. The water here, it's okay to leave those long lines. The sand, I love to leave those little patches of brush strokes there. Okay, really quick. All right. So it's gonna come together soon. So right now you can kind of see how it's forming with all the separation of the sand, water, and the sky, right? Okay. All right, so let's move on. Since I have brown on my brush, I'm just gonna wipe that away and pick up that darker brown. Okay. And then really just fill this in, that table, that shape of that table. It's like a circle that's cropped in this corner right here. So really just very basic. So for this painting, you learn how to kind of blend the clouds. I'll show you that later. Add some water lines here, texture on the sand, draw the glasses, later the bottle. It has like an impressionist style. So that's what you'll be learning. Different paintings, of course, you'll be learning different things. Okay, I've been doing paint night since 2014. I'm here in LA, so last year we transitioned into virtual events, and slowly we're getting back to in-person events. Okay, so I'm still on my dark brown there. All right, there you go. Make sure your table is, it has a good size to fit in the bottle and the glasses, of course. All right, somebody's asking on Facebook there. Right, so painted. Yep. So the glass and the, what do you call this? The glass and the bottle will be painted over once this dark brown table dries up later. Okay, so a few minutes. This will dry real quick. Okay. All right. Let me know if you have any questions. So let's check our water here if it's getting dry. Okay. Before I add those, you see those water lines on the demo, like darker blue lines there. We'll add that soon, but I want to add the sun right now, before we get our water too dirty. So I'm going to add that yellow sun. So go ahead and switch to a clean brush. Any medium-sized brush, as long as it's clean. I'll just go straight yellow, right in the center here on top of that horizon. Half circle sun. You see how the yellow is standing out against that ocean blue. You see, really quick. Half circle. It's just like peeking out on top of that horizon. So very basic coverage, solid light yellow. And then this, my blue is dry now, so I can actually add those yellow reflections zigzagging underneath the sun. Let me show you something like that. Oh. Like zigzags. It's like the water is reflecting the yellow color of the sun. Okay, so I'll switch to my pointed brush for that. All right. Okay, we also have on our website recorded events section, so make sure you check that out. Those are recorded events you can avail. Some are free, some are paid. So here you go. So down here, just below that sun, I'll do like a zigzagging lines there. So make sure, sometimes, depending on the brand of the paint, the yellow won't show up. So what I do is just maybe add like a drop or two of white to the yellow. There. Just to give it like a body. Or, you can let it dry and then go over it again. Okay, but you get the idea. Something like that. So I might go back to that. See how it's not showing up on the first try, which is normal, really. Okay, we'll go back to that, okay? Okay, all right. Let's finish off the sky. and add those pink clouds right there. I don't know if you can see that on the screen, but there's like pink clouds right there. Okay. Uh, let me see. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna switch to a different brush for that. It's good to have like different brushes, so you don't have to like clean up all the time. Right. So I'm gonna mix a really light pink, white, and a drop of red only. All right. The clouds is like kind of like curving, like so. So from here, you could kind of do some like circles, little circles, and then I like to kind of go small, then, small from the tip and then go big as you go out like that. Okay, let's do another one here. So little swirls. This is fun to do. Little swirls like so. So keep it simple, okay? You don't have to like overanalyze it. It's really just circular brush strokes with pink color. Okay, the more you get afraid, the more you overdo it. So, so just kind of have fun and kind of enjoy that process. Just go for it. Don't analyze too much. There you go. So that's a cloud. I'll keep it to just 4 clouds. All right. Okay. Mary, let me know if you're good. Okay. Let me know how you're doing there. Okay. I'm gonna check on your painting in a bit. Okay. I'm sure it's looking good. And then the rest, maybe if you can turn on your cam, maybe you can send me a picture later of the finished painting. And then also on the Facebook side, you can send a message of your paintings later. Okay, so my sea or my water area is dry now. The light blue is dry. I'm gonna use this flat brush, flat square brush to do those zigzag lines, okay? So what I do usually is kind of flatten the brush so I get a flat bristle like so. This is a darker blue, darker than the water. And then sometimes it's easier to do a flat brush than a pointed brush to get those thin lines actually. So even though it's flat, if you see that, you get like a sharp line. It's easier to get those lines instead of using the rounded pointed brush. Okay, and then give it a little bit of water to dilute the blue so it will kind of flow nicely on the canvas. Right, there you go. And then underneath or behind, behind the foam here, I'll just add like little touches of darker blue just to kind of show some shadow. Something like that. Really fun. Don't, it's, you can kind of be expressive with it. Okay. All right. Something like that. All right. Just watching tonight. We'll paint later. Who's that? Like how? Thank you, Mila or Mila. Yeah. Next time, join me. It's different when you paint with the instructor as the class goes on, beside or compared to like a recorded event actually, because then you get to kind of see the result right away, instead of recording. I mean, looking at the recorded event. All right, let me see. I like to always step back and see if I'm missing anything. All right, so I will go back to that light yellow reflection on the sun there with my white and yellow. Okay. You see how it's not showing up? So what you do there is just add a second layer. That's the trick about acrylic paint. Especially if it's a light color over the darker color. In this case, it's the light yellow over the blue. Okay. So not too thick line. Okay. I'll switch to my smaller brush actually. Okay. Let me see. That's better. Okay. Just lightening it up with the white and yellow. Kind of like an impressionist style. You can do like little strokes. Okay, so and then just check on your side if you have to add. So now it's getting visible compared to earlier. So I'll check if I still have to add like a third layer. The sun looks too dark of a yellow for me at least. So I'll probably add like some patches of lighter yellow there. You see the difference? Now it has like a dimension just by adding a lighter shade. Looks like an egg yolk, huh? Something like that. You can even soften up that edge, with a white paint. Just kind of soften that edge. There, that's better. So you have like a little glow around the edge there. All right, so I guess we're done with this sky, sun, water, the foam. The foam here, if you're not happy with the foam, using just the white of the canvas, you're always, free to add or go back to it with just a clean white and add those little kind of like splash of the water, something like that. All right. Let's see now. Let me add some shadows and texture on the sand here. So the leftover sand color you have on your plate, on your palette, darken it just a little bit. Then I'm gonna give this, those sea foams, those white foam, some shadow underneath with a darker brown. See that? Just a darker brown, just little patches. Really just adding dimension to it. Just giving it a little treatment. Just some simple step, but from afar, it will serve as like a shadow, And then you can use the same darker brown and just kind of add little dots scattered here, just, adding like some little rocks there or some dirt. That will just really add some nice detail, texture. Okay. And it really depends on you how much detail you want to put or how much attention, how much attention you want to give to your um, element of the painting, but I try not to overdo it. All right, so there you go. My brown table is dry. Um, let me see which one we can do next, the leaves or the bottle. Okay, how about we do the bottle now, since we have to let it dry before we add that label and some design there, like the cork label, the seal, and maybe some design here. Okay. Let's see, and then we'll add the leaves next. Okay. So I'm gonna use my pointed round brush. I'm gonna go straight black. I'm gonna dilute my black with a couple drops of water. Emily's asking. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Yes. So make sure your brown table is dry. Should be dry now. It's been like 7-10 minutes. Okay. So I'm gonna draw that bottle. Right. Make sure it's not too close to the edge and not too far to the right, since you have those two glasses here. Okay. So how about we do like a line first to kind of have a guide. So from here, this is black, right? Black paint, black paint. So line there and then a mark here for the height of the bottle. I'm gonna draw a line all the way down. Don't be scared. So that would be the height of the bottle. I'm gonna thicken that line as thick as that neck of the bottle, okay? All the way down. I'm gonna outline it first. I'm not gonna fill it in yet. All right, there you go. So that will be the thickness of the neck. From there, give it like a little allowance, right? Before you do the body right here. And then draw something like this. Okay, so just extend out left and right and then go down straight. And then give it a curve on the bottom, like so. And then fill it all in with black. Okay. Oops, sorry. Okay. All right, so all black for now as a base color before we add the label and some designs there. Be careful now. You don't want to go too big on the bottle. Okay. All right, then we're gonna let this dry. So now we have a bottle, right? Let's see. If you're ready to do the wine glasses, we can do that now. All right. I'm gonna do like a dark gray for the glasses. Of course, the glasses are transparent, right? You can see through them. So you can see the table and the sand a little bit and the red wine inside. All right. So I'm gonna mix gray, white, and some black. I'll give it like a couple drops of water. So the water really is just your kind of like a paint thinner. Just kind of get a feel of your paint if you have to dilute it or not. Okay. Most of the time, if you're doing like a fine line, then you dilute it, like what we're gonna do right now for the glasses. Right. 2 glasses. I'll do the one near the bottle. Okay, so don't worry about the other one for now. I'm gonna make like a letter U first, okay? So make sure it's like going out of the table a little bit. There, letter U. Like a horseshoe actually. On top of that letter U, go ahead and close that with an oval. Take your time on this. All right, just an outline. We're not gonna fill that in, okay? From there, I'm gonna do 2 parallel lines down. So it's not showing up right now, which is fine because we're gonna add those highlight, that white highlight to show that, you know, that shine on the glass, right? Something like that. And then on the base of that glass, just close it with like another oval, like so. I'm gonna go darker gray, okay? I'm gonna go even darker gray. Since my table went a little too dark. All right, something like that. So that's the first glass. Unless you're painting alone by yourself, then you're fine. Just one glass. All right, I'm gonna add the second one. All right, second one, same step, oval on the right side of the first glass. It can go a little lower. Oval top, parallel line neck, and then oval base again. Really easy, right? It's all about, you know, the control of the paint, hand kind of steady as much as you can. All right, something like that. And then we're gonna give it a few minutes to dry before we add that red color inside for the red wine, some highlights. What else? Maybe some shadows on the table. But for now, my bottle is also wet still. So I'm still waiting for that to dry. But it's looking good so far. Why don't we do the leaves now, those palm leaves on the sides here. Okay, so I'm gonna mix green, dark green. I'm gonna switch to my square brush again. Blue and yellow until you get a nice green. Let's go darker green, so more blue than yellow. Okay, maybe a couple drops of water again. All right. Make sure it's dark, otherwise it won't show up against the background's blue water. Right, palm leaves. Let's do this one first. I'm gonna do that stem first, that center stem. So go ahead and do a line down like so. I know it's scary, right? Yeah, it's gonna be over your beautiful sea and background and sky. So let me darken that a little bit more. Right, so that will be that center stem there of the leaf, right? And then from there, let's do it one side at a time. So this side first, that lower side. So stroke out some leaves down. So at the end here or at the tip, they're shorter. And as you go up, you want to stroke longer, okay? And make sure you don't go too far in between. You want to kind of space it out, not too far. There. Something like that. Then other side now. Flick it out different. Other side, I mean. Like so. And then, you know, they can be intersecting, you know. They don't have to be like avoiding each other. They can kind of see that they can kind of intersect. Some can overlap. All right, so that's how we do a palm leaf. You can do the same step right here. Maybe kind of switch it up. Maybe do a different curve of the leaf, like maybe something like that. It's all about kind of giving it a character, so not all symmetrical or all the same. And then this one will be curving more. And then again, going short to that tip. And then here, I'll just go shorter on the other side, like so. See, same step, right? We did the same step. We just kind of switch it up a little bit. And then, of course, the third one here, it's more like a, I don't know if it's still a palm leaf, but it's like it's like those, it's not a coconut tree, it's like a palm leaf, but not a coconut tree. So the leaves are more thicker. It's like a fern than a palm leaf. So just kind of thicken that, but you want to still start from the stem. Then just thicken those leaves coming out. So I'm using a flat brush. So what I did there was kind of twirl the brush. See that? Twirl the brush. Like so. There you go. And then just check if you have to go over it, darken the green. You know, you can go over it again to darken it if you have to. Okay, but I'm good with what I have. All right. You see, while we're doing the leaves, the bottle now is dry. Okay. All right. Let me see. Hold on, okay? Okay. All right. Some people, I got an email from somebody. She got confused with the time zone. That's why we always kind of make sure we actually say it 3 times on the email about the time zone, because we're in LA, you know, Pacific time. Some people are from Canada or West Coast, I mean East Coast, Central time. So they would miss it, you know. That's why we have an option. Some on our paid events, there's an option to just get the recorded version or the live version only, in case they're not available. All right, so I'm just gonna quickly go over this leaf here. I'm just gonna go over it with an even darker green. There you go. I think that's fine now. All right, what time is it? Okay. Right, we should have enough time to finish up the bottle and the glass. I'm gonna switch to my pointed brush again. I'm gonna add that label there. Again, it's really just impressionist style. You see, just play around with the brush strokes. I'm gonna use white, clean white. This time, I won't dilute the paint. I'll just use paint, no water. All right, I'll just draw or paint that label right here on the body, kind of like a long rectangle down. And then maybe kind of fill in just one side of that, maybe that right side. And you can leave the other side black, you know, just to kind of maybe show some shadow. Okay, something like that. So that's fine like that. And then maybe I'll add some lighting, highlight, I mean, on the neck and on this side. So really easy, just white lines following the body of the bottle. Impressionist style. There. And then I'm gonna get some red. I'm gonna add that seal or that cap on the top there with some red. You can add a little bit of white on the red to kind of, you see that, to kind of make it stand out more. Maybe a strong white on top even, you know. See that? That strong white will give it a nice pop. Okay, and then maybe some, you know, sometimes they have like a seal here or another label. I'll do a circle here. It's part of the design. You know, something like that. And then while we're using red on the brush, we can actually add that red wine inside the glasses here, just at the bottom. Again, if it's not showing up like what I'm getting right now, you can just add white on top to kind of make it show up. And then red underneath to show the wine there. This is the pointed brush I'm using. I'm gonna upload this recording on our website either tonight or tomorrow in case you wanna um, watch the steps again if you miss something or you wanna redo something. Okay, something like that. So we can see the red wine now. I'm gonna wash my brush and let me show you this. Right now, you see compared to the demo, our glasses are not popping out nicely yet, only because we don't have those strong highlights of that white. It's like that shine, especially with glasswares or anything shiny. They always have that nice shine. So we'll do that by using a pointed brush and just a clean white. Okay, how about we do a nice bright white on that body, left and right side. Okay, and then maybe inside that neck. And then on the base, just on top of that oval. Don't cover the gray outlines, okay? They should be inside. And then here as well, on top and around. This is a pointed round brush. So right here, you can add a very strong white along the contour. You see that? Along the contour of the body. Okay, and then let's see. So that's how you do the highlights. Let me see. I'm gonna add some darker shadows here. I'm gonna add some darker shadows here to kind of show some reflection of the bottle. So I'll darken my brown. Okay, let me see. All right, there you go. So darken your brown with maybe brown and a little bit of black. And just give it a little bit of darker brown shadow here. It's kind of like the sun is shining on it, and then casting a shadow behind. You see the difference? All right. So there you have it. That's the last step. So let me see. I guess we covered everything. We have the water, sun, palm leaves, bottle, table, glasses. All right. So make sure to check us out again on our Facebook page and our website to watch either the recording of this event or other paintings that we have. Okay. All right. Let's see on Facebook. All right. Yeah. Please send me a picture of the finished paintings that you have. You can either send a direct message on our Facebook or send us an email. All right, awesome. Thank you so much. All right, let me know if you're good to go. Don't forget to sign your paintings. All right. Thank you so much again. Have a good night.